Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play a song called Up on the Roof by the Drifters. And we ended up capoing this on first fret to match the recording, where we start out on a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to A on the second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord that sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to take the third finger and kind of go to the B string third fret and put the pinky on the high E string third. And that's another way you may want to think about playing your G major through the song. And on our intro, actually, we just kind of start out with just through the G majors kind of before we hit our verse progression. And a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So you kind of use that for your intro. And then we hit our main verse progression. We start on G major, and then we go to an E minor chord. And we play E minor. First finger goes to A on the second fret, second finger on the D string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the third finger on the B string third fret and the pinky on the high string third fret, making that an E minor 7. That can be a cool voicing to use through the song. And then from the E minor, we go to a C major chord. We play C major. First finger goes to the B string on the first fret, the second finger on the D string second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about using something called C major 9, where you do the first finger on the D string second fret, second finger on the A string third fret, third finger on the B string third fret, and the pinky on the high E string third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. It sounds really, really happy. And then from the C, we'll be going to a D major chord. We play D major. First finger goes to the G on the second fret, second finger on the high E second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the second finger and kind of making that a D sus2, or D suspended second. Or you could take the regular D shape and add the pinky on the high E on the third and make that a D sus or D suspended chord. So it can always be kind of a cool thing on a D chord to see what you can say with it. And then at the end of the verse, then we go back to our G major, and then we do another G at the very end. So we tried our verse with our strum pattern. We'd have G down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, C down, up, down, up, B down, up, down, up, G down, up, down, up, G down, up, down, up, G down, up, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, C down, up, down, up, B down, up, down, up, G down, up, down, up, G down, up, down, up. And then from that verse, then we'll be going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts with 4 C chords, and then we kind of hit a G, and then an E minor, and then a C, and then you'll kind of hear this almost like a stop time D, where you may want to take the D chord and do just a down, and then kind of kill the strings with your right hand to kind of accent that last D of the chorus. So we tried our chorus with our strum pattern. We'd have C down, up, down, up, 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 G down, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, C down, up, down, big D. And then from there would be repeating a lot of those parts in variation. Now the weird part is, to play along with the Drifters, instead of starting on a G chord, they're starting on an A flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on first fret, then now your G major is really an A flat major, and your E minor is really an F minor chord, and your C is really a D flat major, and your D major is really an E flat major chord. But to take it from the very, very beginning, we could kind of kick it off with kind of our intro with just those 2 G's, kind of G, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up. And then from there, they'll be going into our first verse. So we have our G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, B, down, down, up, G, down, up, G, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, E minor, down, down, first chorus. So we'd have our C down, up, down, up, 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 G, E minor, C, and then kind of our big hit on D, and then from there, then we go into our next verse. Now, something else I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you can run a bass for the chord. So on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have the low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And then on the D, you'd have the D string for the bass. So we tried that next verse with a bass down, up, down. We'd have G with low E bass down, up, down, E minor, low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, D with a D bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G minor, low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, D with a D bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, and then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus. So then if we tried that chorus with bass notes, we'd have C with an A bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor with low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, then our big D hit. And then right after that, we go into kind of a solo part. All right, so if we were going to try our solo with basses, we'd have our G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor with low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, D with a D bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus part. So we'd have our C with an A bass down, up, down, 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 G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, then our big D hit. And then from there, then we'll be going into our last verse. So we'd have our G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, D with a D bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, down, D with a D bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, minor down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, D minor low E bass down, up, down, G with low E bass down, up, down, and then I think about just a big G at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Up on the Roof by the Drifters. Good luck!